Alright everybody, welcome back. We get ourselves the season 130 teams and path in. And last season, we actually got ourselves a 32nd at full. And I mean full boosting. With arts boosting as well. So yeah, that was actually pretty good. I will take it. But now the season is the reverse of that. Instead of Saiyans, we're up with powerful opponent. To say the least, we aren't exactly doing great. But yeah, we'll show what we're talking about later. But firstly, this is the pattern right here, and as per usual, going for the hardest fights we possibly can. There is fights where there's the two first bosses we have to go for the 4 fist, not the 5 fist, because again the harder fights are that direction instead of the 3 fist fights, which leads you into 4 fist. So kind of need to go to the 5 fist and 4 fist before the boss fights. That's the only reason why we have it like that. But to showcase what I'm talking about, obviously first thing has this 3 fist fight into this 3 fist fight or this 3 fist fight. You don't want to be going for that because there's a 4 fist here. I mean, doable, but I think we should be okay with this. Then obviously we have this here. Be wary, there's a revival, but since he's low stars, you can almost kill him immediately. I would say I actually go from nearly second if I was to say anything. But yeah. Obviously, next up, the first boss fight would have been Majin Buu Saga. Haven't seen this team in a while, so be wary of the fusing unit, take him out first. And yeah, and again, this fight here, this way here, actually just again, 5, 4, 5 to 4, instead of the 4 or 3 to 3 to 4 to 5, which, I mean, in fairness, would you rather face this, or would you rather face this? I'd rather face this here, despite the fact there is a revival and not a transformation, but still, only really two recent units in a sense. 6 months, they're over 6 months old by this point. But yeah, there's that, and then obviously this last fight, obviously 5 fist will always be the end point. And this is arguably the best fight we have here. Because again, there's no tag switch, it's just characters. Whereas here is obviously the multi-tag switch, and then over here is not bad. If you want to go for this here, I wouldn't be against it, but there's 3 tag units. That's the only thing, and a fusion, 3 tag units and a fusion unit. Only thing I will say about this fight, and also maybe Transcendent Kamehameha. But again, it's the only thing I will say about this fight. So yeah, I would say still this one the better option. But yeah, that's been this here. It's been the board, simple enough, nothing to worry about. We'll actually get on to the recommended allies. I did say last season was Saiyans, and this week is Powerful Opponent. Now, that means that if you remember what last season was, it was anime original. It still is, but 3 tags. I made a community post about it, so to all the 5 people who didn't see it, basically we have no units. There's barely, like, the fact that if Bardock wasn't here for it, right, we wouldn't be able to make a full team unless you dipped into EXs, to which I wouldn't recommend. But for the highest amount of points on a non-boost team, it is the best option if you want the most out of it. What do I mean by that? We'll get onto the teams out in a minute, but yeah, 20, 10, 5, if they added one more thing, yeah. So again, was heavily wrong, but only because, again, the fact I was confused, the fact that it was coming midways through of a TOP season, but it also kind of makes sense, the fact that it's Powerful Opponent, but that's besides the point. It still could be a crossover, still could be a new tag coming called Crossover, or just could be Xenoverse, and they'll be coming within the next season, 131. I'm not saying that's out of the question, so I would still recommend, as soon as you do your pathing, whether it be boosted or unboosted, whatever your preference is, to start doing up your under 21s. That's, again, my best bet is that the crossover units, Kakarot Goku, the Android 21s, I think there's the only 2, but they will be your best bet for next season, because next season we will also be getting Legend and 2 Sparkins, meaning that equates it to 8 characters, a full team. Unless it's going to end up being future with Powerful Opponent or future Vegeta Clan or whatnot. If it is Ultra Super Villain Vegeta, people have been speculating if it's Goku Black, but I'm thinking it's Vegeta because the fact that every other game has been doing Ultra Super Villain Vegeta, with Dokkan doing a free-to-play Jiren, but that's besides the point. But yeah, now I'm just going to get onto the teams here and see what we're working with.
And the first team we're going to look at is the boosted team, the 105%. And obviously it's mostly going to be Frieza Force with Pikkon and obviously the LR Bardock because he's getting the most out of it. For whatever reason, I don't know either. But it's basically the way that we have the team right here. You've got nothing to do because these 5 characters here, except for Bardock, are the only ones that says you can use. That is an EX. So yeah, thankfully I actually have half of them already friendship rank 10, so it shouldn't be too bad for me. Next up is going to be the 90%. This is the one I was talking about where you can get the most out of it, yet the least out of it. Well, get the most out of your non-boosted team, because you're going to be running the EX chilled. In fairness, if you get him up to friendship rank 10, or just boost him fully, you will actually be 272. Just like the blue EX Fasha, but just for LOE. So, I still wouldn't recommend it per se, but if you want more points, obviously this is the team to go for. But this is the team I'm going to be running here, the 85% team, the safe team, the team I know that will do the work. And obviously if you've got the Transform Bardock or the Yellow Bardock as you see there on the bench, you can swap them out between the Super Saiyan Bardock. Basically you swap the Bardocks and leave everyone else sitting there, they get the most out of the points. There's nothing much you can say here, nothing much you can do. Other than maybe Arts boost the other 2 characters, like the 2 Friezas, that's basically it really.
And that's been it for this season. Hope you enjoyed. If I've left anything out, obviously as you do, comment. Well, do what I can for comments. But again, this season is so limited that I feel like as if I probably would have covered everything as much as I possibly could. But yeah, I should see us all in the next one.